guys? This is Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another My Dress Up Darling episode review for you guys. As we get the second to last episode of this season, and again, I think I can speak for the a mass of the community who reacts slash review this anime. We're all hoping, crossing our fingers, hoping that we get a season 2 announcement like soon, because if I don't get it within the year, then I might have to go start reading the manga, because this show is so goated. This show is great. I loved this show, and I figured going into this anime episode for this week of My Dress Up Darling, I knew all the things could happen that, my goodness, things that could transpire in a love hotel. Let's just say when I saw the next episode I saw the next episode title preview, and I'm like, oh, love hotel, this isn't going to get awkward. And it didn't get awkward. Well, from Gojo's perspective, it got awkward early on when he first entered it and everything. They settled down, and then you get that last ending scene when, you know, we'll get into it, but let's obviously talk. Kitagawa and Gojo, they go to like this, I guess you can say, this manga cafe, which I've never heard of that before. I don't even know. I guess that's a thing, must be in Japan. That was pretty dope and everything. But they go chillax in this manga cafe. Obviously Gojo's like, why is she so close to me? My gosh. And everything. We get even a moment where Kitagawa kind of freaks out a little bit. And stuff like that, but they're just kind of chilling, deciding what they want to do with the next cosplay and everything. And this is when Gojo is introduced to the slice of life genre, which, funny enough, I felt like this was also like a fourth wall breaking moment, because this show is a slice of life anime. And Kitagawa was like, yeah, this show about this guy that's continuously drawing with this succubus behind him. It's a slice of life anime or series and stuff like that. And the fact that Gojo doesn't know what that is, I found it kind of funny, but at the same time, like, come on, man, you gotta know that. But then again, it's like, I remember he's always entrenched with his Hina dolls. He doesn't really truly know about that stuff and everything. And just seeing her explain it and everything to him, and he reads the manga and he's like, oh my goodness, this is great. But the one thing I do, that was kind of this week's takeaway in terms of the element of building the cosplay or making the cosplay costume, is the fact that, there was some just because the nature of the design of the character, how it's drawn in the manga, Gojo really can't get a basis design of like how to create it. So it's like, this week he kind of honestly made Kitagawa's like cosplay design all on his own, and just took some of the features that he can see from the pages of the manga and just kind of turned it into his own thing. And I even do like later on, after Kitagawa gets into the cosplay, she's like, oh yeah, it happens all the time with manga and anime. Sometimes, sometimes animes and mangas can differ slightly, and that's whether story points or heck, even the clothes certain characters wear. Like, for example, I guess you can say, trying to think of something that's kind of relatable. It's not like in a clothes design sense, but I guess if you read if you've been watching Dragon Ball Super, when it was airing and the manga was also simultaneously going at the same time, the anime was far ahead of the manga. The thing is, with the Dragon Ball Super anime and mangas, they actually were different up until the Tournament of Power. No, after the Tournament of Power, the manga continued on, and that's what the anime is, whenever it comes back, is going to go off of. But up until the start to the Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super, the manga and anime had several differences in terms of the stories and stuff like that was told. Now, I haven't seen I think I've seen like few animes where they change different characters, the way they look and their clothes and stuff like that, compared to a manga / anime. But that's what Kitagawa always brought up in later, but I thought that was also cool. So yeah, but anyways, they're like, okay, I like the whole fact that when they were talking about the cosplay, I loved how Gojo is like, no, you would look cute in it, you know, if you had the two pigtails and everything. Because Kitagawa's like, I don't think I can rock the pigtails like a Juju could, especially for this, you know, cosplay. And you know, Gojo's like, what are you talking about? I think you would look super cute with freaking pigtails. And obviously, she gets all flustered and everything, and I'm like, oh boy, can these guys just hurry up and just kiss, man? Can they just confess something? Give me something. I thought that was adorable. I thought that was very cute. You know, for Gojo to say that and everything. And he's getting even like, okay, my boy is being a little bit more comfortable and everything. And then his whole comfortable, I guess, him being comfortable literally turns on a dime, from the aspect, of, you know, Kitagawa texted him like, hey, I got this place to rent out. We can, you know, we'll be there for a few hours and then, yeah, we can do the cosplay there. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then, you know, he's like, oh, this is cool and all. And then walks on in and then walks into the room and then finds out it's a love hotel. What I found hilarious is the fact that, you know, he's like, Kitagawa, you know, this is a love hotel. And Kitagawa's like, oh, yeah, I know. I saw the moment we walked up on it. I'm like, okay. She definitely, I'm like, she's like, look, it's okay, my mistake. I thought we were running out of studio, but hey, guess what? It is what it is, right? And you know, my boy Gojo kind of just like, he's seeing all these, like, I guess you can say these these items and stuff like that, that is in reference to SEX. Like I won't go into detail, but he saw a specific item that I'm gonna keep it PG here for people. They brought up a condom and they played the whole joke, oh, you keep a condom in your freaking wallet, you'll be rich and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. I'm like, Gojo, you might want to put that in just in case, you know, Kitagawa might be thinking about, you know, doing the dirty. Because you remember, it wasn't too long ago when she like wondered, like, oh, what if me and Gojo actually did that stuff? So I thought that was funny and hilarious. Just him freaking out, him turning on the TV only to see that, you know, essentially everything on the TV is just SEX videos. That was hilarious, and he turned it down. He was like, oh, I can't watch this, and stuff like that. So that was funny. And then you have it to where Kitagawa gets into her cosplay. I was also actually really, honest to goodness, shocked at the fact that, you know, Gojo, in terms of looking at the cosplay, was actually cool, calm, and collected. Because we remember from last week, he was like, your cosplay is just showing too much skin. I can't watch that. I can't look at that. But it seems like over in this time, he's gotten over that, and he's fine with that. So maybe the manga explains more about that and stuff like that. I don't know, but you know, I thought that was cool and everything, and just the standpoint that he was just encouraging Kitagawa from the standpoint that, oh, you know, you look cute in this and everything. You don't know what you're talking about and stuff like that. Or you look beautiful in it. And again, making that reference, the word beautiful, to Kitagawa again. That definitely, see, at this point, it goes to show you he's entrenched in Kitagawa's life to the point that he considers her a beautiful person. Every time he says that actually makes me happy. It really makes me happy and stuff like that. But she gets the cosplay on and everything, got the ears, the teeth, and stuff like that. And this is when they just start taking pictures and everything. And, you know, they're just going through the manga, like the certain camera, you know, picture angles from the manga panels they had. And then, you know, it gets to one point they do like, okay, we got to do this one angle we got to do. And he takes a picture and he's like, something's not right. It's not like she's looking at something and stuff like that. And when I tell you, this part got probably the spiciest of the episode. I kid you not. I'm like, yo, yeah, I kid you not. Now, maybe in the professional world for cosplay and just photo taking and stuff like that, maybe in a way, but then again, you probably just use some sort of dummy or something like that. But even if this were to happen, you know, people keep things professional and stuff like that. But if you just ask this just to a random girl, then depending on the girl, then they might just be like, bruh, get the hell off me, you're pervert. But I literally was shocked that this man, he gets on the bed and I'm like, oh no, don't tell me what we're gonna do now. And he's like, Kitagawa, I can get a good camera shot, you know, if you get on top of me. So get on top of me and everything. I'm like, this is not going to go well. Like, not at all. I'm like, and Gojo's not freaking out. I'm like, this man, I'm actually shocked this man's like composed. He like, she gets on top of him. Again, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's let's just say she was in a certain position on top of him. But I was just utterly shocked that Gojo was like utterly composed, but hey, he stayed composed because he was trying to get the picture, and it came out to be a really good shot, our picture and everything. And then lo and behold, next thing you know, they hear something going on next door. Both of them, they just hear some noises. All right, and let's just say they start freaking out. They're like, oh, and they hear it and everything and stuff like that. And then obviously, you know, things ensue, you know, where things get freaking hectic and crazy. You know, Gojo, let's just say he gets hard. And because he is like, his private area is perked up, he had to be like, oh, he's like, and then because the thing is, he realized after hearing the noise, like, oh shit, she's on top of me. We're in a love hotel. On top of me in a bed. Uh-oh, what did I get myself into? And that's when he realized it at the last second. And then it's like his private area perked up. And I'm like, oh no, because she's gonna feel it. And the thing is, Kitagawa is like, huh, what's that? And he's like, Kitagawa, please get off me right now. And then things ensue where he grabs her essentially her waist. And again, that whole part is just skin. And she freaks out. She's like, oh my god. She's like, ah, drops her phone, lights go out. I was like, holy shit, we're getting some sort. I never thought we'd get that far. And you know, they're obviously, you know, the phone's going off, or well, it's just quiet. They're in the dark looking at each other like, oh, they're all flustered and everything. And then they get this one shot where it's like, oh, it looks like they're about to lean into a kiss. And obviously they do the typical anime trope where something interrupts said characters from, I guess you can say, making out or kissing, whatever. And it was the phone line telling them, oh, your time is up, you got to get out of here and stuff like that. And you know, after that, they're like, yeah, so they said we got to go and everything, and things like just awkward and everything. You know, Gojo's just like, what the fuck did I do? And Kitagawa, she goes to the bathroom just to go change, and she's like, she's freaking out. She's like, that was way too close. I'm not saying they would have went all the way, but they would have definitely kissed if not had gotten interrupted. Because that's how close they were getting. And you know, they walk out and they're obviously both flustered. Gojo's got like bloodshot, dead red eyes because he's like, what the fuck did I do? She's gonna probably hate me for doing that. And stuff like that. He obviously apologized for like doing what he did after getting on the phone call and stuff like that. I didn't mean he meant no harm. It was just like, I guess you can say I don't blame him for that, because it's like, oh, you're, I guess, a girl you're into who you think sees you as just a friend, a platonic friend, and you know, and obviously you, let's just say you just get very excited, especially if they're in a certain position, you know, and stuff like that. I guess you can go through him. You know, maybe next episode might focus on the fact that maybe, you know, things definitely could be weird between the two, where it's like after that incident, they're like, yeah. But you know, they're walking out. She's flustered because of what happened. He's flustered, and he's like, oh my gosh. Then you have this one where they end up running into these two people. There's one, I guess, young woman. We don't see the guy. And obviously the girl's like, oh, they look like they're about high schooler age. Well, I guess I don't blame them. They're kind of curious about that point in their time of life and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, they were curious, all right. So the episode essentially ends off with let's just say our boy Gojo was probably doing something that I'm gonna keep it PG. All you can saw is the Hina doll looking like, I guess, in the image form of a male private area, I guess you can say, just an example. And you just have it to where he's like, Kitagawa, 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 and he's flustered and blushing and everything, and he's hitting his freaking head, and he's just saying Kitagawa, Kitagawa, Kitagawa. If you are old enough to understand what he potentially might be doing, well, then let's just say, I think you probably, I'm not going to say it, but I'm just going to say you probably would understand what he might be doing at that point in time. Now, would I condone him for doing that? No, I don't. I think Kitagawa was a very cute girl, cute, attractive girl. He's a high schooler, so yeah. But and in all honesty, I don't blame him. But that was the episode. This episode was really, I enjoyed this episode a lot. I enjoyed this episode. You know, I don't know if it's still my favorite. I have to rewatch the entire season all over again, which I'm doing with the dub of the show. I'm just rewatching all the episodes again to see what my favorite episode was out of the bunch. But I definitely did like this episode. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite episodes of this series. But next week will be the season finale, sadly. I wish this was going on for 24 damn episodes. Shit. But next week will be the season finale, and obviously, if you watch the next episode title preview, it is obviously called what some season finale episodes of certain animes are called, My Dress Up Darling. That's what the title is. And just looking at that title, I'm like, I don't know, that gives me freaking hope that we're gonna get a season 2, because if that, we're getting titles like that for the final episode, it's like, it feels like it's going to be like, no, you want to go see more? Read the manga. But I hope I'm wrong. Like I said, I want a season 2 for this anime to happen, because this show is so wholesome and so cute, so adorable. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will change this video. Until then, guys, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more My Dress Up Darling content. I guess for one more week till we eventually get a season 2 announcement, hopefully, in the future. But other than that, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more anime content, as well as, just any other thing that I upload to the channel. But other than that, hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, and hopefully you guys are staying safe out there. Until then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.